those artists that feels authentic from the first lyric that you hear him. He's a Louisiana country singer and songwriter with deep roots, the kind of background where church and community shape your voice shapes the voice before the stage ever does. He's leaned hard into music during the COVID season, turned that into progress, and has steadily been carving out a lane with traditional leaning country sound and honest, relatable writing. One of the songs that's helped introduce a lot of people to his style is Whiskey, Women, and Whitley, and he's only picking up more steam from here. So we're glad to have him with us tonight, Mr. Caden Wilson. I think Caden's on here. I'm not sure if is Caden on here?
It's me, unfortunately. Caden was popped out for just a second, and I'm not seeing him in the chat thread here, and I didn't know how to tell you besides popping on for a second to do so.
That's all right, man. We'll hang for a second. And Hadley Joe, are you still on there? I want to hear about this new song. How many people? Let's put in the comments how many fans of Caden do we have while he comes back on. Here he's come back in the studio now, but how many Caden Wilson fans do we have? Go ahead and enter those comments and show us some love, show us some support. What's up, Caden? How are you, brother?
Hold on. I can't hear.
You can't hear? Hop out and hop back in. There we go. Hadley Joe, I think we had the same thing, didn't we? David Fenner says, I'm a fan. Hadley says, I'm a huge Caden Wilson fan. He said that he was a huge fan of yours. Nikki Hilton says Caden is the best. Can you hear us now, Caden?
There we go. It's beautiful.
We got people over here bragging about you in the comments, and so that's what he was doing. He was getting off Venmo them to brag on him in the comments. That's what it is. Wade and Nikki says huge fan. Larry Wallace fan.
Hey, Mom and Dad.
Yeah. So we got a lot of people in here checking out our buddy Caden. So Caden, man, let's dive in, dude. Right. You are from originally, I guess, Halton, Louisiana, that Bossier area.
Yes, sir.
Before we get into music, what are some things that you would like for people to know about Caden Wilson, the person?
Man, I'm not all that special, to be honest with you, but I guess I value family and friends above a lot of other things, and my religion. You know, I value that above a lot of other things. Like I said, I'm not really special. I like hunting, fishing, I like motor riding, I like working on my truck. That's about all. That's about all I do, you know.
Man, I would never ask a female guest this, man, but I'll ask you. I don't think you're gonna be offended. But how old are you, man?
I am 21, and on March 6th, I'll be 22.
Okay, because whenever I watch you, man, I just laugh because I'm like, these kids these days are, I always shake my head. I'm like, these kids are so talented. And then I watch you and I just laugh and shake my head. I'm like, he's just getting started. He's still just a youngin', you know?
Well, I appreciate that, man. I really do.
Your sound is years ahead of your age. So
I appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you. That was kind of what I was going for.
and it's not just the selection of songs or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's truly the sound, just the vocals and everything. You've got a great sound, man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You play a lot of old school country and gospel music that most kids your age probably never even heard. I'm going to assume that you had some family influences who introduced you to music. Did you have any that played and sang and stuff like that?
So I'm the only one in my family, to my knowledge, that plays an instrument.
Wow.
But my mom, my grandma, and one of my grandpas, they all sing. And my mom and my grandma, well, hold on, I can't call her grandma. She gets mad when I call her that. My nanny and my mama, they used to sing in the choir growing up. And when I was growing up, they were always singing in the choir. So I was raised around it, coming up a lot. But yeah, they're about the only people in my family that I know that actually sing.
So did you grow up a lot around music?
Yes and no. We listened to the radio a lot, but I didn't really start to find music and really enjoy it until I was in high school. Well, actually, until I was able to drive, really and truly. And then I finally got my own radio, so then I could just listen to whatever I wanted to, you know. So,
Wow, I was honestly expecting the answer to be completely opposite. I was thinking that you were going to say that you were into music since you were like 3 because you're so
Well,
advanced at your age.
I've been I've been into music. Like I've always loved music. I used to sing when I was a kid. What little bit I'd sing around the house in the shower and whatnot. And we listened to music, but I didn't really start getting into a lot of the older, really like good traditional country until I was a little bit in high school.
So when you got in your own vehicle and you could listen to whatever you wanted to listen to, that's where you went was traditional country.
Pretty much. I started out with Keith Whitley and all the good old greats. Then I found out who Marty Robbins was, and it was a rabbit hole from there. So
Oh man, do you remember a moment that you thought like music is going to be a big part of my life?
actually, yeah, I will. It was actually a funny story. It's when I met my manager. I had posted a TikTok, a Keith Whitley song on TikTok, and it was, I think it was Charlottesville, North Carolina, and that he saw, or Jesse Whitley, so Keith Whitley's son, saw that video and commented on it and said, "Man," or told my manager, who they're buddies, they kind of work together a little bit, and he said, "Man, this kid's gonna do something." And so they made me come all the way out to Okeechobee, Florida. It was a 15-hour drive from my house to play a show. I'd never met these people in my life, but when I walked off that stage that day, I knew that it was fixing to start going up from here. So
Yeah. So a quick trivia question, and I may be wrong about this, but I'm gonna throw it at you.
okay.
Okeechobee is in what John Anderson song?
Oh Lord, if you wouldn't have asked me, I could have told you.
Put you on the
Seminole
spot,
Win.
man.
Is it Seminole Win?
There you go. There.
Yes.
That's it.
I had to think
That's
about
it,
it
man.
I had to sing it in my head.
There you go. There you go. Hey man, these us old guys, we gotta keep some of that knowledge. We gotta keep the young guys on their toes a little bit.
I heard that.
You came through those. You came through. Man, so what do you think it is about that old country and gospel sound that kind of drew you to that?
It's not, to me, it's more or less a story. You're just singing a story, which to me makes the song mean more. If you are just singing about nothing, then it's not a good song in my opinion. But if you can put a good story or some sort of meaning behind the lyrics, then that's what makes it a good song, which is why I like classic country, three chords and the truth, so but
They all told a story.
oh yeah, every one of them.
Let's take a step back just a second, man, because what you said a second ago is pretty interesting. Like I said, the old guys like me, I can remember before social media and people just having to go out and like pound the pavement and play those shows and this and that. And I don't think there's a wrong or right way either way. But now it's like you guys have TikTok. Like, what is it like? I mean, that's crazy to me. Like what is that like? You put something out on TikTok and and then all of a sudden you get hit from Nashville and then you're going to Florida. Like, what does that feel like?
Man, to be honest with you, it was crazy. You don't know if these people are real. You don't know whether you can trust them or not. Everybody in the music, everybody in the music industry tells you, make sure you can trust them before you really dive in. So I will say we did a lot of praying about it, and I'm happy that we ended up going. But yeah, I guess that's really it. Just TikTok it's made it so much easier, I guess you'd say. Like I get told all the time, like, you haven't really had to work, and maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing, but it has been a lot easier now that I've started on TikTok than when I was trying to do it without TikTok. So
yeah, I don't blame you. I'm not knocking anybody that uses every tool at your disposal for sure. Yeah. We've had guys on here that have been in it for a long time, and they're like, they've just played 5 nights a week for 3 hours a night, and
yep.
for the old songs for tips on the stool and this and that.
Yep.
And it's just a different world, though, man. So that's interesting because I didn't think about that because honestly, you really don't know if people are real, or you don't know what their intentions are, because
Yep.
there's a lot of people in the music business that are like, hey, I can make you a big star. I just need you to give me $10,000 up front and this and that. So
Yep.
that's true. That's an angle that I haven't thought of from that.
Oh yeah, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you feel pretty good about your team that you have?
Oh yeah. Love my team. They've helped me with a lot of things I didn't know were even possible, to be honest with you. So
well, it's nice that they saw you early. They saw the talent. They found you. They kind of recruited you, and yeah. So who are some of your favorites, man? Some of the people who have influenced your sound, do you think?
Man, I would say Keith Whitley, of course. I'd say Keith Whitley, Marty Robbins. Oh Lord, so I'm not only an old country singer or an old country listener. I like some new stuff. So I love Coulter Wall. Coulter Wall is hands down one of my favorites. So he influences me a lot. I'd say Zach Top influences me. I'll throw two random ones out there: Jim Reeves and Eddie Arnold. Those are hands down two of my favorites. So, but I feel like that's a good representation of kind of what I want to do with music.
Yeah. I'm looking over here, and it's Crash, the drummer, says TikTok is the new Nashville.
Oh yeah, what's up, Crash? That's
hard to argue that,
drummer.
man.
That's the drummer in my band.
Okay. Jared says future king of country right there. Hey man,
Yep.
we're gonna say we had him on early. He was nice enough to come on our show early on before he became famous.
Oh, Jared Mangum. Oh, that's actually my manager right there.
Okay.
I'm surprised he's not talking crap about me.
We normally people's like, you got people's brother and all them that jump on. Eric says awesome music. This isn't on my question list or anything, man, but I do want to throw this in because, we got Cameron, as I'm saying this, that's my boy right there. One thing that I've noticed about you, man, is you really have a connection with your fans, dude. Like, what do you think? Where do you think that comes from?
Man, I like to think it's because I don't try to be something I'm not. I am who I am, and if you like it, great. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you, but you just have to get over it or something. I try to keep it real. I don't like to put on a fake face for anybody. Treat everybody the same.
Well, and Summer says going all the way to the top. Billy says I love Caden's music. Melinda says he'll be the next big country star. Candace says Caden's the best. So they're the comments, they loving you, man.
Oh yeah.
But that's really there's some wisdom to what you're saying, and I think that maybe you're taking it even for granted because that's just who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you're just like, I ain't worried about it and this and that. But man, I've been around for so long, and I've seen so many kids come up, and 99.9% of the time, they're just trying to be what they think they need to be in whatever moment they're in. So they're constantly changing. So what you are is you're really an outlier in that regard, man. What do you think gives you the strength to be yourself? Because that's courage, man, whether you know it or not. I mean, to you, it might just be you, but that takes a lot of courage to do that.
Man, I guess I'll go back to the whole religious standpoint. I grew up come as you are, so why would I put on a fake face to make you think I'm something I'm not when I want to get your genuine reaction to me? So I come to you saying, look, I'll lay it out all on the table and say, here's who I am. And if you don't like that, well, then now's your time to hop off. So I guess the Lord gives me my strength to just be who I am and not care about anybody else or what they think.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I applaud you for that, for sure, man. I just wanted to make sure to congratulate you for that, because that is that is an amazing accomplishment at any age, especially at any age, and then especially in this business. This is a tough business where you feel like you got to change for everybody. But so your friend Hadley Joe, who was on here a while ago, she might still be on there.
She better be on here still.
Look, man, she plays like 47 instruments or something
She
like
does. She look.
Um,
I tell everybody. I'm like, she's a lot better than I am, so you better get to listening.
that. Well, no pressure, man. But how many do you play guitar? Do you
I
play
do.
multiple instruments?
So I just play guitar. I can somewhat sort of get by on a banjo. I've kind of been getting better at it and stuff. But yeah, I'm basic. I just play one instrument.
How long have you played guitar?
So when COVID hit is when I started learning. I think a month into COVID or something like that. I had picked it up, started learning, and I haven't put it down since. But yeah, it's one thing I'm
You're
very
a good
glad.
guitar player, man. It's only been a few years, and I watch your videos. I mean, you're a good guitar player. It just
Well,
kind of came natural to you.
yes, I mean, I guess you could say that I also practice till my fingers bleed, or used to. I used to practice hours upon hours upon hours. If I wasn't eating or sleeping, I was playing guitar. But I'm kind of now I'm kind of wanting to break into some newer um, areas instead of guitar. But
Yeah.
yes, I don't really play it as much.
Well, Hadley Joe says he's way better than he's giving himself credit for.
Oh well.
Look, hey, these guys are rolling in the comments over here. So I just want to take a second and say, if you guys want to support Caden, hit that share button. Hit that share button because every other person sees it. We got a new fan because I'm a big believer that if somebody comes across this kid, they're going to be a fan. So we just got to get more eyes on him and more eyes on him and more eyes on him. So hit that share button while you got a second. Man, so let me see here. What about songwriting, dude? Like we talked a little bit about it on the before we hopped on air or whatever, but when did you know that you wanted to be a songwriter?
Man, I like the idea of being able to express something that has happened to me or that I enjoy in song form. Like being able to write down your life experiences, sing them, and then put them out into the world, and then see other people go, "Oh, that sounds just like me," or "Oh, I do that same exact thing." It just means the world to me. Fills me with so much joy to be able to share that with other people.
Yeah. So when did you start writing?
Well, the first song I ever wrote, oh Lord, I was 16, I think. And as a matter of fact, I got to release it last year, and it's called Saskatoon, and it was heavily inspired by Marty Robbins and Coulter Wall, but nobody ever writes murder ballads anymore, so I sat down and wrote one. And but other than that, man, I write whenever I can, but most of the time I'm too busy learning new songs for set list or making sure I've got this taken care of for social media and all that stuff. So you get busier as you get older.
That's right, man. But I did hear that you for a little while you were number one in murder ballads. I think for a couple of weeks.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get.
I think there were only 3 of them out that week, but I mean, it's
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take
it. Think about Dixie Chicks. Earl had to die. They did pretty well with that one, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
So your connection to Nashville, man. So you're sitting in Halton, Louisiana, playing guitar, just recording yourself. At this point, did you have just like, I'm guessing, friends and family and a few others that would kind of follow you on? Did you have a following at this point, or?
So when I was with my team, I had managed, by the grace of God, to get my TikTok up to, I think, just over 100,000, 90,000, 100,000 in there. But nothing else I had was even remotely that close to in followers. And but Lord, I done forgot the question. It's been a long day.
No, I was saying that just basically, how did you get from?
Yeah. So
Yeah. How did you get to where you are now from when you started? Were you
Well,
did it start with you just making videos and it was just family and friends?
yeah, pretty much. It was at first I just played for myself. I didn't let hardly anybody else listen to me because I was too nervous and all that. And then once I finally started getting more comfortable with it, I played for my parents and some friends and stuff. And then started just I have a really good buddy who has a band down here in my hometown, Mr. Wayne Armour and the Tailgate Poets, and he brought me on stage at one of the biggest local venues we have, and said, "Come on, sing a song with me." And let's just say underprepared, and I hopped on stage and sang with him for the first time, and after that, it's like I just kept playing show after show after show after show. But you know,
Wow.
it kind of just started out with friends and family.
So are you back and forth from Nashville now?
As often as I can. Still living in Louisiana and having everything here tying you to home and whatnot, it makes it a little harder to travel often, but I do go as often as I can. And we're looking at going back here shortly to finish up our second album that we'll be releasing.
What is this, an EP, a full album?
We're shooting for at the very least half and half. Release one half first and then the other half later. But to be honest with you, who knows at this point? As long
Tell
as
us a
they
little
come
bit
out,
about,
I'll be a happy man.
tell us a little bit about the songs on this album. Are these songs that you picked, or these songs you wrote, or what?
So I didn't write. So we've got 3 already recorded, ready to go. And we got some other ones that we're getting ready to record. But the first 3 I'll tell you about because I'm very excited about these 3. They were written by a man named Jimmy Melton, and he plays with Jamie Johnson and has played with anybody and everybody you can imagine. I think he's written some hits, some charts hits. But he wrote these 3 a long time ago, and nobody ever cut them. And so Hadley Joe actually introduced me to him. And so I had the wonderful pleasure of being able to meet him and get to call him my friend. And he hit me up one day and said, "Hey, I've got some songs, about 5 or 6 songs I would like to be cut. And I was wondering if you wanted to do them." And that was I was speechless when he asked me that question. So of course I said yes. And one of them it was written for Daryl Singletary. So, but he had passed away sadly before he got to cut it. So all of these songs were written are all 80s and 90s feel.
Mhm.
So they're all gonna be, I think they're gonna be hits.
Yeah, I have no doubt, man. He probably found you and was like, "Holy crap! There's actually somebody playing this music." Like,
Well, I like to think so. I
got to dust this off. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I think you mentioned a while ago, but what are your thoughts on like Zach Top bringing that sound back, man? What are your thoughts on that?
Zach Top is one of the coolest people on earth. As far as, and that's not just on stage. I mean, just in person, he'll sit there and talk your ear off. If you don't walk away from him, you won't be able to hear nothing but his voice for the rest of the week. But he's a wonderful dude, and kudos to him, man. He is definitely bringing the country music back.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the opportunity to watch him at the Houston Rodeo this past January or February, whatever it was. And I remember he said, I can't remember if it was 1 year before that or 2 years before that, but he was like, whatever, 12, 24 months ago, I was playing at a bar in Dothan, Alabama, and there were 8 people there, and like 5 of them worked there. And he's like, now I'm playing in front of a sold out Houston Rodeo. And he's like, tell me life isn't funny.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You just couldn't help but root for a guy like that because he seemed like just so genuine and so like humbled to be there and just wondering how in the world I got here.
Oh yeah, very, very genuine human being for sure.
But one thing that you'll learn about Nashville is I tell people all the time, man, and no offense to anybody in Nashville, but a lot of people say, there's so many creative people in Nashville, and there are, but I'm like, there's not as many creative leaders in Nashville as you would think.
Yeah.
What happens is somebody creates this sound and the rest of Nashville chases it for the next 5 years.
Oh,
and then somebody else will do something different and people will chase it. So I think for guys like you that love that traditional sound, I think what Zach Top has done was made it cool for people to go back and search for those artists now that love putting out music like what you do. So I think you're entering this at the perfect time, to be honest.
Oh, I can 100% agree with that. Like I said, I don't think without him and some of these other ones that are coming up, I don't think kids my age would have even known who Keith Whitley was, you know, without some other person like their grandma or grandpa showing them. But
yeah, no doubt. So how's that balance, man, of trying to do a Nashville thing, but being in Louisiana and all of that?
You know, I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it is. I when I was starting a lot and started first going to Nashville, everybody always told me, "Man, you need to live here to make it." And I said, "I just don't see how that's possible." You know, with the amount of technology and Skype calls, Zoom calls, you know, text messages. I'm like, I'm sure I can just make it on traveling up here every now and again. And so far, it has been. It has worked out beautifully, and done a lot of praying about it, hoping and praying that the Lord will just make it fall right into place. And so far, He's doing what we prayed about. So
that's funny, man. Are there any things about the music business that have surprised you so far that maybe you didn't see coming, either good or bad?
Actually, one thing, and it's a happy surprise. I'm happy it happened. Is getting to go back and read comments or being at a show and have somebody come up to you and tell you how much you mean to them or how much your music means to them or like that your music helped them through a hard time. I never expected any of that. And I still remember the first time that I heard somebody say that to me, and I was taken back and almost overwhelmed, but in a good way, you know.
Yeah, I'm loving this, man. I'm loving to get to hear this story, and I'm looking at the comments. I mean, you got so many comments going on here. Billy says, "I love his song, Old Glass Frame." We'll get to your music here in a few minutes, but just Donovan's there. Rochelle giving you some shout out. Just a lot of people on here giving you love, man.
Yes, sir.
But so going back to what we were just talking about just a second ago, Nikki says, "Yes, your music is very healing." That does have to be awesome, man, to hear that. You know, everybody in the world's got something they're carrying, and I've always said that writing a song, I think, is harder than writing a movie, because if you go write a movie, you've got an hour and a half, 2 hours to say everything you want to say. If you write a song, you got 3 minutes to do it.
Yep,
And
I can 100% agree.
You got to take somebody somewhere, man, whether it's happy or sad or whatever emotion you're trying to get. So when you hear that, it's pretty awesome. Madison says, "I love this song, Whiskey Women, and literally I listen to it every day. I'm a huge fan because he's got the best music ever."
Well, thank you so much.
Going back to what we were saying a second ago, man, how has the adjustment of getting more popular been? Does that feel like pressure? Because you are the cool kid now, you know.
You know, I'd say the only thing that's different is getting recognized. As far as the social media recognition, you know, I mean, it's super cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's not weird or it's not different. Whenever I'm in the gas station in my hometown and somebody in the line behind me says, "Hey, aren't you that kid that sings?" You know, it catches you off guard. You're like, "Whoa, how in the world do you know who I am?" You know?
Yeah. How is that, man? Is that just
It's cool, man. It's real cool. It's so surreal to just think that there's so many people in the world, and there's a good chunk of people that listen to you and know who you are. It's wonderful, man.
Yeah, it's a blessing, right? I mean,
oh yeah, wonderful.
What it is. So if I'm not mistaken, you got to play the Grand Ole Opry in 2025, man. What was that experience like?
So at the Grand Ole Opry, did I play at the Grand Ole Opry? I know I played at the Hall of Fame. I know I did
Okay.
that. I mean, I
I
don't know if
saw
I
you
played.
on stage. Were you on
Oh yeah,
stage
yeah,
at the
yeah.
Opry?
That's right. That was an award show. So that's what the Josie Awards.
Okay.
I was nominated for 3 different things. I can't remember all of them, but I remember the one that I won. I ended up winning Emergent Artist of the Year, which was, again, never in a million years thought that would happen. Never in a million years did I think I'd walk across the Opry, let alone stand there and talk to a bunch of people in the crowd. But that was hands down one of the coolest things I've ever gotten to do.
That's a pretty. There's some pretty famous people that have walked across that stage.
And that's when I got off the stage and went and sat back down with my parents. I said, "Mama," I said, "I just realized I just stood where so many people I look up to have stood. You know, it was so surreal to just be there."
And I mean this in the nicest way, but I mean you're kind of a music nerd like me, so I mean
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
it's not even the famous people that's walked across that stage. It's a lot of those
Mhm.
people, maybe not famous, but you're just like, that's the best steel guitar
Yeah.
player on the planet or whatever, you
Yep.
know, like
Oh,
just the
yeah.
talent in general, whether they're famous or not, just the talent that's been on that
Oh,
stage is
absolutely.
unbelievable. Yeah, man. So let's dive into some of the music that you've put out. You've got Whiskey, Women, and Whitley. Man, it's sitting at almost 2 million streams on Spotify right now.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about that. I would say, is that the one that kind of got you going? Is that the one that's your biggest one so far?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. I was fortunate enough to have my first single be the highest performing song that I have released. I don't know if that's common or rare or what, but I was very fortunate to have that happen. As a matter of fact, when I got with my manager, uh, he knew a guy who wrote songs, and so he pitched him an idea and said, "I want a song about whiskey, women, and Keith Whitley." And so my songwriting buddy sat down and he hit just banged one out real fast and sent it to him. And I had never met the guy before, and so my manager says, "Hey, I need you to meet him because I want you to cut his song, see if you like it." And when I met him, it's Mr. Cameron Cowell. He probably's in here somewhere.
He's on there right now. He said he turned that song into a hit.
Oh yeah, he wrote it. I can't remember how long it took him, but it wasn't long at all. He just threw it together, and I kid you not, we never changed a word. What his rough draft is the final draft.
Those dang guys like that, man. Just
Oh, I know. I tell him all the time I can't stand him. He makes me mad.
you love them, but they get on your nerves. You're like,
Oh yeah,
dang,
I don't understand how you get to be that good.
exactly. So, so when that song was starting to catch, man, was there a moment that you realized like it was starting to catch fire, or maybe like a playlist or a video you did, or just kind of seeing numbers roll in, or what?
So actually, funny story. When I realized the song was, well, I say getting as big as it got, was I got a phone call from Cameron. He was in some little barber shop in the middle of nowhere, Arkansas, and the lady cutting his hair was talking about this new song about Keith Whitley that just came out. And so he started asking her more questions. And then she told him who it was, and he goes, "Wait a minute, I wrote that song." And so that's one of the coolest stories that has come out of this song.
That is pretty cool, man.
Yep.
That
Yep.
is pretty awesome, man. So let's shout Cameron out real quick. Cameron, where is Cameron from? Do you know where he's from originally?
So he's from Arkansas, and
Okay.
but he moved to Nashville to do songwriting and whatnot. And as a matter of fact, he's got music of his own out, and you can find all of his stuff on there.
Okay.
He's phenomenal. So, but like I said, one of the best songwriters I know, and a very good artist.
Awesome, man. You also you released a couple of remakes, man. A couple of old school smashes.
Yes, sir.
Grandpa by the Judds, and more recently, Go Rest High on That Mountain on by Vince Gill. Number one, those are big shoes to fill.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
it takes kind of some courage to do those, but you did a wonderful job on them.
Yeah.
What was the thought process behind? And before he answers this, y'all throw some of the songs that y'all think are y'all's favorite songs that he does in the comments. Let's do that too. But what was the thought process behind remaking those songs?
To be honest with you, those two songs were songs that I have been playing forever. When I like those were some of the first songs I learned on guitar. And the main reason I learned Grandpa was because I watched a man named Dave Finley on The Voice, and he did a version of it, and I fell in love with the way it sounded. And so I started, kind of trying to make it more like him. And when I played it for my manager and my booking agent, they were like, "Dude, we've got to put this out somewhere or some way. We've got to get this to the people." And same with Go Rest High. I was sitting on a couch with Miss Hadley Joe and Mr. Jimmy Melton in Gina, Louisiana, in a big lodge. We had just played a show together. It was like, I want to say 1 o'clock in the morning. We were sitting down just having a jam session, and we sang Go Rest High and posted a video of it, and it did like 1 million views in I want to say less than a month. It wasn't very long that it took to hit 1 million. And so my manager looked at me and said, "Are you up to cut it?" I said, "Well, yeah, of course I am." So we ended up cutting it.
That's amazing, man. And I'm going to be honest. Whenever I saw this coming out, we were promoting it on here, and we were like, "Yeah, next week we got, Caden's going to bring out Go Rest High on That Mountain and this and that." But like I said, I've been doing this a long time, and there was like that little bit of doubt in the back of my mind. I was like, "Man, doing a Vince Gill song." I'm like, "Okay, man, you gotta have to strap it on, man, and be ready."
Oh yeah.
And I remember going to Spotify and being like, "Here we go, let's push the button." And I pushed the button, and I was like, "Wow, man!" And what I love that you guys and I, if I'm not mistaken, Hadley Joe is on that with you, right?
Yes, sir. She sings the harmonies on it.
Well, you guys, you guys knocked it out of the park. And what I really liked about it is it's a little different. It's a little bit different than it's not just you singing on top of a track. I mean, it's a little bit different version of it, and it's a beautiful version, man. And you guys you guys knocked it out of the park. And I just to follow those shoes, the Judds and Vince Gill is pretty. It's pretty cool to do that. I'm looking at some of these. Hadley Joe says one of my favorites he sings is "Santa's a Cowboy."
Oh yeah.
Don't mind if I do.
Say she just likes that one because she wrote it.
That's funny how it works out like that.
Yeah.
That's right. Billy says all 3 Sunday hymnal songs is what I like in the remakes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All the hymnal. Yeah. No doubt. Kendall Schaefer, man. Do you know Kendall from the Baton Rouge area?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I know of him.
Okay, yeah. Kendall's a great. You guys need to hook up because y'all are both like old school, man. He's down in the Baton Rouge area. Kendall's a great dude. What's up, Kendall? I think I'll be talking to you in the next couple of days. I think we got a text going about something. So I'll be in touch, or one of us will. But Cameron says old glass frame. That's second or third time somebody's mentioned that one. So what's going on with that song?
So that one, as a matter of fact, Cameron wrote. He had wrote it. I don't remember how long it was ago, but it was before he ended up. I think he had only had 1 kid or maybe 2 kids. Anywho, he wrote it a long time ago. And was gracious enough to let me cut it. And, I am very happy I did. I loved the song. And a lot of other people have that has been the number 1 song that people have come up to me and said, "I love this song. This one hits so close to home for me," stuff like that. So I think that's why everybody likes it is because, it does hit close to home, we all grew up, pictures all over the house. The hallways were dedicated for pictures, on Little Hall of Fame. So I guess that's the deal with that one. It's just a great song, and I'm so grateful that I got to cut
it. Jennifer says, "Make Her Love Me."
Mm-hmm.
You want to chat in a second about that one? Give you a chance to chat about a couple of these. What's that one?
What's the story behind Love Me it was the second song I ever released. I co-wrote it with Cameron and with another one of my buddies, Mr. Zach King. He brought me the song and said, "Look, I want to see. I want your opinion on it. Do you think I need to change anything? I said, man, let's sit down and do it. He says, I want you to cut it. So if you want to change anything, please do. And so we sat down and we tinkered with it. We didn't change a whole lot, but we tinkered with it here and there. And it come out and everybody ended up loving it.
I just thought about something, man. We're sitting here I'm giving Cameron all this love and everything, and I just thought, man, I need to make sure he's not a Razorback fan before I give him all that love.
He's a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
I bet he's an Arkansas Razorback fan too. If I had to guess.
He probably is. Knowing him.
You know what, Cameron? We're still gonna give you some love tonight.
Yeah.
We forgive you for being a Razorback fan.
He'll come to his senses one day.
Your second favorite team.
Yeah.
So we touched. He said I am, and it hurts. So we mentioned this a while ago, man, but you built a massive audience on Facebook, over 160,000 followers in a short amount of time. Man, everybody's trying to do it. Everybody's trying to grow their audience. And I asked you a version of this earlier, but do you think you're doing anything different, like to grow that audience, or what do you are you just being you?
Man, I kind of just do whatever feels right. I don't try to push myself too terribly far out of my comfort zone. I will if need be, but I think just staying true to myself, being me, I guess it kind of connects with people, because the way I see it is when I look at another artist that I look up to, if I meet you, I want you to be like me. I don't want you to be a celebrity. I want you to just be like a person I met on the side of the road, which is what I kind of try to keep going when I meet people. But I guess that'd be the reason.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I think you're doing it because you're genuine. I think that's what people are seeing from you. Chris Floyd says, "What up, Caden Wilson? How are you doing tonight, brother?"
Doing good, man.
So with social media, do you find that you have like a strategy that you're using? Like, are you staying consistent? Are you doing certain things every week and all that? Because, like I said earlier, the old school guys, their strategy was just play for 4 hours a night. Now it's a whole new world. So like, do you have Facebook strategy, TikTok strategy, and all of that?
Yes. Well, for the most part, I just make sure to post very consistently. I've been told you have to post every single day. You don't necessarily have to. Just be consistent. If you're gonna only post on certain days, then only post on those certain days. But I try to at least one post a day. Do a TikTok post, a Facebook post, do stories on both of them, post to every social media platform you've got. Like you said earlier, use every tool to your advantage. You've got them, why not use them, And so I like to stick with post once a day, every day on every platform. And as a matter of fact, I've got a calendar written up right here. So Mondays, here's the style of video I'll try to come up with. Tuesdays is a little different. Wednesdays a little different. So I do set up routines and schedules and stuff like that. Oh, I think I lost you.
Hey everyone, something must be going on with Ronnie's internet, so I'm working on trying to get him back in right now and see what we can do. I still see you on there, Caden, too. I don't know if you want to talk to anybody that's in the comments or anything hanging out with us. I can maybe move from backstage to front stage for a second here while we're trying to get Ronnie back on. Let's see. Let's see what we got rocking over here. I wonder if everybody's still hanging out. Sorry about that, y'all. Ronnie's internet, he's on that Vidalia internet still, Caden.
I heard that.
Hey, he's in the comments though. Check him out. Coming back shortly. All right. So
There we
clearly
go.
there was something.
Say we're waiting on you.
Sorry, this is the first on Ronnie's being the internet that cut out on it. A lot of times it'll happen on the guest, but this will be a first on
Yeah,
that.
I'm surprised mine hadn't cut out yet.
I know you said you're in your new tiny house that you're building, huh?
Yes, sir. I've been kind of working on it. We just got all the walls painted, or we stained all of our trim and got it all put up. We're a long way from done, but we're definitely getting there.
Nice. Well, that's amazing. Thank you so much again for jumping on with everybody tonight. You got a bunch of people in the comments that are still hanging out. If you guys got any questions or anything for Caden, or you want to throw anything in the mix, we got just a second while we're getting Ronnie locked back in. But we see your comments popping up there. If there's anything y'all feel like jumping in, I think you know a lot of these people in here. It seemed like it.
Oh yeah, I know most of these people.
You got I don't even know, Wade. It looks like Wilson.
Wade
saying,
and Nikki. Yeah, that's mom and daddy.
Oh well, there you go. No wonder.
Oh yeah,
that's an easy one to love there. Let's see who else you got in here. Crash was still hanging out with you too. You said he's your drummer in your band?
Yes, sir, he is. And one of my favorites I've had. I've had a couple, and I've loved every one of them.
Where is Crash from? Is he in Louisiana as well?
He is, I believe he's in Mobile. I could be wrong. I know he's in Alabama, but I believe it's Mobile. Maybe outskirts, like surrounding area of Mobile.
Nice. Hey, it looks like we might have our host, Mr. Ronnie Calhoun, back in the building.
That's what I'm talking about. There we go.
Look, you know what? I never doubted you guys. I was like, they're going to work this thing out.
Back to your regular scheduled programming. We saw you in the comments, Ronnie.
Look, man, I was like, coming back in a minute. That was some country stuff right there. I heard the breaker bot. I heard something pop, and I was like, that's not good. And then I was out. Yeah, Melissa's in there trying to get a shower, and she's trying to run a heater like in the middle of 70 degrees out here, triggering breaker fans. So.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, sorry about.
No, you're good, man.
So, what were you guys? How did you guys play it off whenever I left? Who took over there? I like that.
He took over. He took over big. I read a little bit of the comments. As a matter of fact, hold on.
That's part of the entertainment business, isn't it? You just gotta wing it. You gotta pretend that you always know what you're doing.
Oh yeah, the show must go on.
Oh man, so I have just a couple more little questions for you, real quick. If anybody has a question that I missed or anything like that, pop in the comment. We have him for just a couple of more minutes, but again, appreciate you coming out tonight, man. I got a couple more for you, and then I'll kind of see if anybody pops one in there. But what is one classic country song that you just wish? Dang, man, I wish I would have written that.
Oh, The Guitar by Guy Clark.
I don't know if I know that.
That is, and when people ask me what my favorite song is, that's what I tell them.
I'm gonna write that down. The Guitar.
Oh, it is. Man, it is such just it's more or less just a cool song than anything else. The storyline is really, really awesome. Okay,
I'm gonna check it out tonight.
Absolutely.
Some Wade and Nikki says, "Why don't you?" I bet this is parents, right?
Oh yeah.
I say, "Well, don't you have a local show coming up? There you go, Mom and Dad. Let's promote the show. There we go. That's what I'm talking about."
Look, they like to keep me on track. They're real good at it.
That's right.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. February 28th at Hurricane Alley, right in Shreveport. It's on the East Bank. It is, as a matter of fact, I'm not the only one playing. They're putting on sort of like a festival, I guess you'd call it. So there's going to be a bunch of local talent down there playing. February 28th, all day long. Bands, they play all throughout the day. My band and we play from 3 to 4 o'clock. So if you're in the area, y'all make sure to come check us out because I promise you don't want to miss it.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, our Louisiana country music team, we don't have we're from Alexandria and I'm from Vidalia, and then CJ's from Baton Rouge. So we've got a lot of buddies up in the Shreveport area and all of that, but that's one of the areas where we haven't spent as much time. So we'd love to get up there in 2026 and spend some time with you guys.
Come
We
on, when
definitely
you're
wanna
down
get up
here,
there.
holler at me.
Yeah, that's right, man. I definitely want to get up there. A lot of talent in that area.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
One of the other questions I have for you is one classic country singer that you could sit down with for an hour. Who would that be?
Oh, I'm going to say Key Whitley, just because I would love to have heard all the songs that we never heard. You know, I would love, or at least just let me look at the lyric sheets, because that man was a genius, and I almost guarantee he's got some songs that never came out that would have just shaken country music.
No doubt, man. And what a talent and what a sad story too.
Very, very sad.
Just gone way too soon, man. Just way too soon. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Last question I really got for you, man. We've talked about classic country people that you would love, and I think I probably already know this, but who are just a current? If you could just go out on the road with somebody right now, who would a current artist be?
So I've got two that are fighting real hard for first place. Zach Top, of course. I don't know anybody that wouldn't love to go on tour with him. But my second one would be Sierra Farrell. I was lucky enough to meet her and Zach actually at the same place. Just so down to earth, so sweet. Same way with Zach. Just sit there and just talk to you, like you've known each other for years. But the main reason I would love to go on tour with her is her singing style. It's so completely different than anything you hear nowadays. Which is why I really love it.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome, man. What can your fans, and you've got a lot of them, man, what can your fans expect from Caden in 2026?
A whole lot. I've got a lot of stuff I'm not allowed to talk about yet, but just know 2026 is gonna be awesome. We got a lot of good music coming out, a lot of originals. So it's gonna be awesome.
One quick question that's not on my list, but I always like to provide value for others that are watching from Louisiana, maybe some up and comer. You're up and coming, but you've already made it to a certain level. So there's people below you that are up and coming now.
Oh yeah.
What would you say to some of those guys out there, guys and gals? Is what advice would you give them?
Man, never. It's all gonna sound cheesy and cliche, but never give up. Never stop practicing. And please do not let anybody tell you you're not good enough, because that is so far from the truth. You literally can do or be anything you want to if you put your mind to it and you have the good Lord by your side. So make sure you got both of those things going for you and you're set. You're golden.
That's a good math formula right there, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
I never liked math, but that's a good formula. That's one of the easier ones to remember than those long ones they would make you remember in school.
Yes, sir.
Well, man, how can people follow you on the socials and all that good stuff?
TikTok, Facebook. I've got Snapchat, Instagram, Caden Wilson Music. And I think TikTok's different. It's Caden Wilson 610, and I believe the rest of them are all Caden Wilson Music.
Okay. Well, they'll find you. You're out there making waves, man. You're high on the algorithm now. If they search Caden, you're gonna pop up. I have a feeling.
That'd be awesome. That'd be wonderful.
Well, man, I appreciate you coming out and spending some time with us tonight. Sorry, Melissa took a shower tonight, man. It is. She takes a shower every Tuesday night, whether she needs it or not. And I don't know. We might have to move it to Wednesday now after this.
But, I heard that.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it, brother, and we will see you soon, man. I hope to see you soon in Shreveport and in Nashville. I hope to see you in both of them soon.
Absolutely.
So, all right, man. Well, thanks for spending a little time with us tonight, and talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, guys. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but you hung in there with us. Alex is sick tonight behind the camera too, and he hopped in and saved the day, and Caden kept it rolling, and you guys in the comments kept it rolling too, and I had no doubt you would. Thank you guys so much for coming on and supporting Caden tonight, supporting Louisiana country music, what we're trying to do here for all of our artists across the state and in Nashville. Just thank you guys so much. When you're in the comments like you are tonight, it's so much fun for us, the artists and everybody. And I always ask you to, if you're a Caden fan, check us out more on Tuesday nights, because there's so many other people out there right here in our own backyard that's got talent. So we do it every Tuesday night at 7. So just make sure to check us out and follow those people too. So anyway, make sure to follow, like, share, comment, and let's show the world what Louisiana country music artists are all about. Just thank you guys for tuning in. Happy New Year. Happy King Cake Day. God bless all the Louisiana folks out there. Chad, thank you, brother. Enjoyed it too. Enjoy the rest of your guys' week. We'll see you next Tuesday night right here on Louisiana Country Music Live.